The only thing that will surely haunt me my entire life are dolls. I was talking to my mum recently, and apparently ever since I was 1 and 2, I always tried to stay away from dolls and would get uncomfortable around them. But it was when I was 4 that I went through a trauma. My great-grandmother, not knowing any better, decided to get me a doll for my birthday. It stood up on its own, had brown hair, freckles, a dress, and very detailed blue eyes. It was very beautiful, but I was trembling at the sight of it already. My mum, for some unknown reason, decided to set it on the dresser that was across the room from our bed and have it facing us. It was fine the first 2 nights. The only thing is I wouldn't sleep at all at night. There was just something about the way that the doll's eyes glimmered, even if it was pitch black outside. In the morning, I told my mum to put it somewhere where I'd never be able to find it. I told her to put it somewhere where I would never look in the first place, and it must be in a place where I can't reach nor see. So she put it somewhere while I was in another room and came back, and I looked around everywhere for it and couldn't find it, so I told her to keep it where it was. That night, I went to sleep without any worries about a doll, and my mum slept a little better that night too. But in the middle of the night, I woke up to the sound of the doorknob to the room jiggling. I tensed up and waited, too scared to wake up my mum, who was sleeping next to me. The door opened, and standing there was my doll, looking at me. I looked straight into her eyes, and then I suddenly wasn't in the room anymore. Suddenly I wasn't on the bed anymore. Neatly folded towels were pressed against my side. That's when I realized I was on the top shelf of the closet. Peering down, I could see Mom still asleep. I blinked, and I was back in our room, but the doll wasn't there. I screamed bloody murder and shook my mum up, and my mum turned on the light, and I remember screaming, "The closet! The doll is in the closet! It's on the top shelf all the way in the back!" My mum turned pale for a moment before getting up and opening the door of the closet, reaching up and grabbing the doll. We both were terrified because she knew I could never make that up, because at the time I was too short to even see that high up. So my mom put the doll in a bag and set it to the curb for the trash men to pick up in the morning. Neither of us rested easy that night. It's been years since this happened, but I'm still terrified as dolls. People often tease me about it, but they wouldn't be if they were in my position. My mom no longer feels comfortable around dolls as well. At least I wasn't alone when this happened, and I have somebody who believes me. Well, of course she would, because she was there. Still, I don't understand why that happened that night, or what it could possibly mean, but I know it wasn't a dream. I asked my mom if she still remembers, and she does. She remembers when I woke her up screaming, and about how uneasy we both felt. Neither of us will ever be able to look at dolls the same way again.